Imagine this. It's December 5th, 1945. Five U.S. Navy planes take off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training mission. The sky is clear, the sea is calm, but within hours, all five aircraft, along with 14 crew members, vanish without a trace. This is Flight 19, the mystery that ignited the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. As we dive into this chilling tale, picture a stormy sea churning violently under a dark sky, lightning slashing through the clouds. In the top right corner, a ghostly UFO hovers, casting a soft green light through the rain, while a TBM Avenger struggles helplessly in the storm below. What happened to these brave pilots? Let's uncover one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more mysteries like this. Okay, let's set the stage for this wild ride. Flight 19 wasn't your average mission. It featured five tough TBM Avenger torpedo bombers, the same bad boys that helped win World War II. These planes were built like tanks, hauling heavy bombs and navigating like champs. Leading the pack was Lieutenant Charles Taylor, a seasoned pilot with over 2,500 flight hours under his belt. His crew, a mix of pros and a couple of trainees, all pumped for a quick 2-hour navigation drill. The plan was simple. Take off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, fly out over the Atlantic to drop some practice bombs near the Bahamas, then loop back home. Easy peasy, right? Now this was happening in the Bermuda Triangle. Yep, that spooky stretch between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Back in 1945, it wasn't famous yet, but sailors had been whispering about weird stuff for years. Ships disappearing, compasses going haywire. Crazy, huh? That December afternoon, though. Perfect weather, sunny skies, light breezes. The pilots were cracking jokes over the radio as they took off at 2:10 p.m., some even ditching their life jackets like, "We've got this." But here's where it gets juicy. Charles Taylor almost bailed on this mission. Word is he had a bad gut feeling and tried to get out of it, but his bosses said no way. A premonition, maybe? And get this. Taylor, the experienced guy, seemed off that day. Why? As those planes soared over the sparkling Atlantic, oblivious to the chaos ahead, could something out there have been waiting for them? Something no amount of skill could handle? What do you think? Drop your guesses below. All right, things started smooth for the first hour. They dropped their bombs and turned for home. But hold on to your hats. At 3:40 p.m., the radio crackled with trouble. Another instructor, Lieutenant Robert Cox, overheard Taylor say, "My compass is out. I don't know where we are." Cox jumped in to help, but Taylor shot back, "We can't see land. Everything looks weird, even the ocean." Can you believe this? Here's the freaky part. Every single compass on all five planes went kaput at the same time. These weren't cheap gadgets. The TBM Avengers had backup compasses, so how did they all fail? The pilots started freaking out. One yelled, "I don't know how to get out of this. We're totally lost." Taylor tried to keep it together, telling them to fly west toward the sun to spot Florida. But guess what? They flew deeper into the Bermuda Triangle instead. Now picture this epic scene, a TBM Avenger battling giant waves under a stormy sky, wings tilting as lightning flashes. Up in the top right corner, a ghostly UFO hovers, its green light slicing through the rain, lighting up the struggling plane like a sci-fi movie. By 5 p.m., things were grim. Taylor's voice got shaky. "We're not sure of our position. We can't trust any direction." Then at 5:50 p.m., the last transmission dropped. "We're entering white water. Nothing seems right." After that, total silence. No SOS, no wreckage, nada. But wait, it gets crazier. At 7:27 p.m., a Martin Mariner rescue plane with 13 crew members took off to save the day. This thing was a flying boat, nicknamed a flying gas tank because it carried so much fuel. Yikes. Just 20 minutes later, poof, it vanished too. A nearby ship saw a fireball in the sky, hinting the Mariner might have blown up. But here's the kicker. No debris from either the squadron or the rescue plane was ever found. In one night, 27 people gone without a trace, Was this just bad luck, or did something out there snatch them? Let me know your wildest theories in the comments. Okay, folks, let's break down the wild theories about what happened to Flight 19 and the Mariner. Grab some popcorn because this is going to blow your mind. First up, human error. The Navy pointed fingers at Lieutenant Taylor, saying he got lost and thought they were over the Florida Keys instead of the Bahamas. Since he'd flown in the Pacific during the war, maybe he was rusty with the Atlantic? But hold on, Taylor had 4 other pilots with him, some local pros. Why didn't they step in? And how do you explain all those compasses going haywire at once? It's a decent guess, but it feels like we're missing a big piece of the puzzle. What's your take on this one? Next, a sneaky storm. The Navy later said a cold front rolled in with 60-knot winds, messing up the flight. Sounds plausible, right? But here's the twist. The weather was perfect when they took off, and early reports showed no storms on their route. Could a random superstorm wipe out 5 planes and a rescue craft without leaving a shred of evidence? It's a stretch, don't you think? Now let's get spooky. The supernatural. This is where the Bermuda Triangle earns its fame. Some say it's a portal to another dimension, sucking planes and ships into oblivion. Check out that UFO hovering now, its green light pulling the TBM Avenger upward as lightning strikes. Alien abduction, anyone? Back in the 70s, author Charles Berlitz hyped this idea in his book, The Bermuda Triangle, even tossing in tales of sea monsters and cursed waters. Sounds like a sci-fi flick, but with zero wreckage. Can we really dismiss it? Crazy or not, it's fun to imagine. Then there's the science angle. Methane gas explosions. Picture this. Huge bubbles erupting from the ocean floor, turning the water into a frothy mess, matching Taylor's whitewater description. Scientists say this could sink ships or crash planes by messing with buoyancy. Cool theory, but here's the catch. Methane eruptions are super rare, and there's no proof one hit that day. Plus, it doesn't explain the compasses or the Mariner's Vanishing Act. And here's a curveball. Electromagnetic interference. The Bermuda Triangle sits in a weird magnetic spot where true north and magnetic north line up, called the zero declination zone. Some think a geomagnetic storm from solar flares could have scrambled the plane's instruments that day. Add a secret military experiment, like early radar jamming tests, and you've got a conspiracy lover's dream. Did the government cover something up? It's a long shot, but with a mystery this wild, anything's possible. Decades of searches turned up zilch. No confirmed wreckage from Flight 19 or the Mariner. In 1991, a team thought they found the Avengers underwater, but the serial numbers didn't match. The Bermuda Triangle's keeping its secrets tight. So, was this a tragic oops, a freak accident, or something out of this world? Tell me your best guess below. Flight 19 kicked off the Bermuda Triangle's crazy legend, and 80 years later, we're still scratching our heads. Was it a pilot mistake, a rogue storm, aliens, or something we can't even wrap our brains around? As you see that UFO fade into this calm horizon, what's your theory? Drop it in the comments. I'm dying to hear your ideas. Love this deep dive? Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell for more mind-blowing mysteries next week. Catch you then. Stay curious, America.